of everybody, where the hands were, where the body language was.
The body language is huge. They'll tell you everything you need to know if you'll just shut up and listen. Sometimes you don't even have to listen, you'll just look. There's 48,000 nonverbal facial expressions, so all you have to do is look for them, okay? Now, if you remember, we talked about the gal in the yellow hat, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And Mike, we're going to go ahead and we're kind of picking up about where we were and a little bit early. And if you could go ahead, Mike, I'd appreciate it.
She was around, had moved around.
Something I wanted to give to you, ladies, that I've had for years and years. This is a new cookbook. It's all of our very, very favorite recipes for cooking without water.
Do y'all know what I just gave her?
Cookbook?
I gave her a happy customer form. Why did I wait until the end to give it to her? Because I give it to her at the beginning, she fills it out, she leaves, and Jesus just left my auditorium. When I'm going to need him the most, when I get to the close, when I have the invitation. The invitation is no different than the close. You got that, guys? So I gave that to her at the very end. So that's like, for example, one of these, by the way, this is testimony, and Betty's going to be my testimony today, okay? Do me a favor, here's your cookbook, and make sure you fill that out for me. The other thing I always did, I always kept mine on little clipboards. Now, the people that sit out there, they weren't paying attention. They see her writing, she's filling out the happy customer card. Guess what?
You think they're right in order?
People writing, the more you get people writing, the more successful you're going to be. Does that make sense? So if I were you, I'd get some little clipboards or even a big clipboard, and I would put those happy customer cards right on that clipboard. And they were not watching when I gave her that. Let's just say, for example, so I give that to Betty, she's over there filling it out. All right, now you got the first one, I'll do it for one more. Now, folks, here's what we need to do.
I see you do that.
All right? My chef, best in the world, always, my chef was going to be my popper. If I didn't have Harvey, I would use my chef, okay? But you know, the other thing is, I'm going to do this for two people, and you can have one, the first one, and I'll do it for one more. All right, Tanya, you can have the first one, I'll do it for one more. Now, if I knew Tanya through the show and I knew her name, that means I can relate to her. I say, hey, tell you what, I'm going to do this first one for you, girl. Now, I got free gift certificate to Disney. All right, I'm going to give the first one to you. I'll do it for one more. So we're giving away gifts, beautiful gifts. So if you don't pick the popper, that's the biggest thing that you got to learn. If you don't pick a popper, you will end up like I did with 22 clipboards and no buyers. Because I got out of sync when I got to my close. Picking your popper. Y'all understand the importance of that?
So Dave, whether a hand goes up or not, you're picking a popper.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to pick a popper.
Yeah.
All right. Now, but here's the good thing. If you got a celebrity chef, and be honest with me, how many of you normally don't have a celebrity chef? And be honest. Always be honest with me, okay? You're losing huge amounts of business. You can literally increase your business 25% by doing that one thing.
How do you pick the chef?
Oh, it don't matter how you pick it. Figure it out, Garcia. Come on, don't ask me some questions. All right? How do you pick a chef? Hey, you're a chef. All right? It's as simple. It's in all of our training. It's in your script. It's the very first thing you say. Okay, this is our new chef. What's your name, sir?
No, not.
Alan, you're chef. You know, you're chef here. All right? This is Alan. Everybody say hi, Alan. Now, Alan and my audience is participating together. Alan's my buddy. Now I've got Alan's attention. He's going to listen to everything I say. That's why 80% of my chefs I sold a set of cookware to. Because I have their attention. If they hear the story, they're going to buy. Yes, sir?
I try to choose somebody that does not cook.
Pardon?
So I try to choose somebody that does not cook.
Yeah, if you can choose someone that doesn't cook,
the husband that doesn't
you're
cook,
a guy.
he
You
sees
have
how
this
he
amazing
sees.
intuition. You can let him, he don't cook, I can tell.
Dave, I picked the chef.
Yeah.
Always, but who do you pick?
Oh, yeah.
Someone who's lively.
Pick somebody that's fun.
Yes, yes. Don't pick the analytical one. They're going to be
always pick that chef to be that popper. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but pick a chef.
What about
that chef? That chef will be your best buddy, and he can always be. I tell you what, Alan, you can have the first one. I'll do it for one more. Because we're buddies. Did you get that, guys?
Yeah.
Alan, you can have the first one. I'll do it for one more. Now let's say that Alan hasn't bought, and maybe he's thinking about it. Now this is his wife, Betty. Now when I say to him, Alan, you can have the first one, I'll do it for one more. You guys got that? Now listen carefully, guys. This is some critical stuff here. Alan, you got the first one, I'll do it for one more. Now if I don't turn away from Alan and Betty, I will not make a sale. I'll show you the difference. Alan, you can have the first one. And I'll do it for one more. Come on, Alan, make a commitment, buddy. Right here in Poland. Some of all these people tell me you're going to buy this. Tell me I sold you, son. You're out of here. Go Poland. Here's what you do. Alan, you can have the first one. I'll do it for one more. You turn away from that person. Now, especially if there's a couple. Let's pretend this is a couple over here. You guys are, okay? And you can't get stuck face right now. But by the way, every order that Cab Benefield sells, he has the guy or the gal give the husband a kiss. Every single solitary one. I've got tons of videos of it. All right, and let's say he's my chef. All right, Alan? No, no.
It's Jason.
Okay, back to the room.
Jason, you can have the first one. I'll do it for one more. All right, now, let's say I said that to them. Listen very carefully. What is she thinking? What would be her thoughts right now if I was to say to him, all right, Jason, you can have the first one. I'll do it for one more.
It opens up a conversation.
She's thinking, are you really going to buy it?
That's exactly what they did. But if you dummies, and I'm going to use some firm words today, but use your doggone digital cameras, you don't even have to buy VCR tapes like I used to. You can take that camera right there, and you can learn all this on your own if you dummies will start using the tools you got. Because when you got tools you don't use, that's dumb, isn't it? That's like sitting on the side of the tire, on the side of the road, yeah, I got a flat tire. Well, why don't you fix it? Well, because I don't know where the tool is. Well, yeah, it's right there in the trunk. Well, I don't know. Golly, I don't know how to change a tire. Where's Garcia? Figure it out. Think, for heaven's sakes. Use these tools, because you know how I learned that? I learned that by watching my videos, because I turn away. Well, when you turn away, you can't see. You see what the reaction is. Well, let's try it this way. Okay, you can have the first one. Your video will do that for you, dummies. It will do it for you, because then you can turn away, do something else, then you can go back to your room that night and say, gee, how did that happen? And you know what would happen? I would watch them. Like, you can read their lips. And she would say, honey, you going to get this for me? Well, I don't know, honey, if you want it. I think it's really good. I've done a pretty good job of cooking with it, don't you think? I've got videos, and I did a pretty good job of cooking with it, don't you think? Like, you actually hear him saying, I've got a video of a guy saying just exactly that. And then what do? Freeze. Do not move. Right there. Just move. Do not move. Because then I will look back and I will see him doing exactly what he's doing. He'll be right. My chef, 70 to 80% of the time, I turn around and he would be right. But if you don't pick a chef, like some of you don't, if you don't video, you can't learn these things. And that's why I've got video. I should be looking at your videos, not you looking at mine, for Pete's sake. All right, let's go ahead, Mike.
So I think you really enjoy that. I mean, I'll give you one too. I've only got 3 of them left, and you folks will be getting one of these. I'm going to get one of this lady out here. You got the set, you got the set. Okay. Yes, that's probably 60 years old. Fill that out, I'll send you one. I'm going to get one to this lady here because she's got the more updated picture when I get you one. Now, one other thing I need you to do, I've got...
Did you see how I finally had to blow her off?
Yeah.
If you don't, you will lose people. I knew I had to get back to giving attention to the rest of those people. If you don't believe what I'm talking about, how many of you have children? You give one of them attention, you don't give the other one attention, and what happens?
They fight for your attention.
They fight for it, don't they? What happened, Dean?
One of them starts crying.
One of them's going to start crying. Well, guess what? These people ain't no different. And if you're not giving them that peripheral attention on a regular basis,
You're gone.
you're going to lose business. You're going to have kids crying and leaving. That's the only reason I'm good. I ain't good because I'm smart. I'm good because I've worked my butt off. And I want to go back and learn and get better and better. I don't want to be dumb. I want to use that video camera and go back and see. I wonder what they said when I turned my head. Now I know. If you'll do that, and you'll take the time and sit down at that Holiday Inn Express and sit there watching CNN and watching Robin Meade, for heaven's sakes, go watch yourself and learn something that can be beneficial for your next demonstration. Be the best thing you ever do. I've watched myself probably, I'm not exaggerating, I bet you I've watched myself 3,000 to 4,000 times. And I don't watch me, I watch them. Now, if you will see, I had to shut her up and then I immediately come back and notice now, by me doing that, notice these two guys are looking at me. And see Ms. Logical over here, she's looking there analyzing. Go ahead, please, Mike.
I can do this for one more person. Let me know, Rosie, what you said. For 3 people, I'm going to give you all 3 of those free. Would you do me one other favor, please? In the upper right-hand corner, fill out the part that said what impressed you most. Was it the health, the warranty, the speed, the chef?
Stop right. Okay. Did you see how I immediately rolled right over into my next nudge? Mm-hmm. There is no moment of hesitation. Alan, the minute you get quiet, they go. How many of you seen them? You get quiet and they go. And they leave. You lost them. Guys, how many fishermen we got here? What happens when you put slack on the line? Fish is going to get off. You got to know right there, and you got that person there, you got to keep them engaged at all times. If you don't do that, you're losing the business. I ain't doing this for me, guys. I don't have to work, okay? I'd be a lot of money ahead if I just shut the door right now and walked away. I'm here to help you make money and be better. I'm not here for you to make me money, okay? Is that clear? Because right now I'm working for you. You're not working for me. I'm working for you. So you need to take these tools and apply them. And you need to get that video camera and go back and you can watch these same things and you can get better and better all the time, because that's what I want you to do, buddy. I want you to get better. I saw you at that military base and I saw 100 things you were doing wrong, but I can only tell you one at a time. But you can go back and you can take them one at a time each day. I can't come up to the Air Force Base every time I see it. And by the way, am I correct that they had a big sign that said Welcome Kitchen Craft? Had him in the most prime location of all. We're getting probably 10 a day. Military bases are calling us right now, wanting us to be there. At least. And was that not a beautiful situation where this is, I mean, we are the star of the base. They want us at every one of them. That's another whole subject matter we'll talk about another time. Okay, now, I did a little bit of laughter there. What was the little laughter that I did? Did you catch the last?
The chef.
The chef.
The chef.
That's what I was pointing at. Did Logic just start laughing?
Pardon?
Did Logic Girl, Pat Girl, she just start laughing? It's like
Yes,
almost hitting emotion.
yes, she got a smile on her face.
Yeah.
That's okay. She's a beautiful girl. I remember her very well. My friend, this was close to 20 years ago. She was just as sweet as can be, but she was Logic. And you see these guys now, what are they looking at? They're looking at me. The nudge is to get them to look back at you. Some of these nudges are stupid. What is today's date? I want stupid things. You know why? You know what closing and selling really is? And you know, I saw the best thing, and I'm going to show it to you at the beginning of our meeting this morning. And I took a picture, and I think some of you may have seen it. And it just sums it all up for me. And it is, hang on, there we go. Talent is being able to sell something you are feeling. Elvis Presley. That was in one of his museums. I said, oh, is that dead on? Because that's exactly what we're doing. What these guys are doing right here, they're feeling it. Now you see Mr. Grumpy there, he's not looking up at me, is he? So when they won't look up at you, boy, I tell you what, you got to stay away from them. That nudge is bringing them back. The nudge is a problem-solving process. If I said to you, for example, and if I was selling a house, all right, and I said, well, I'll tell you what, guys, I know that payment's more than, guess what? I don't know, have you checked with First National Bank? Yeah, they got a lower payment program. You came up with a solution to a problem. So the date, what is today's date? If they help you come up with a solution, they're buying into buying, is what I learned. So what is today's date? I don't know. Today's the 2nd, isn't it? Tomorrow's Elvis's birthday. Okay, no, I take the January.
January.
So November, December, whatever. So they're going to give me a solution to a problem. Fill this out. Make sure you put down the chef, the chef, the chef, the chef. I got kids in college, or whatever the case might be. And you know what? How many of you have done something because you wanted to help somebody? That's your perfect time to do that. You know, honey, I'll tell you what, yeah, we really don't need the set, but let's give the set to help him out. He's such a nice person. And what did Cab say? Half the time they don't even know what they bought. They bought Cab.
Box.
That's the finest vacuum cleaner. I can't wait for it to get here. Okay. Because they bought Cab. Now, watch each of my nudges. Go ahead, please, Mike.
Well, say something good, I might get a raise, okay? How many of you guys cook for it out there? Is it just 2 of you? You only cook for 2? Or if you cook for 2 to 4, the basic set would get you 9, because I'm going to give you these.
You see her head again. The lady on the left, can you see her doing this? When you make that smile close, and they go, yeah, all the basic set, that's what we need. You know the granny story? You know why I tell the granny story? Because it happened, number one. The other thing is, it says, hey, honey, you don't need the works, just get a, you know, we have a starter set, we have a senior set where you can start with, okay? I'm a nice guy for doing that. That's exactly what I told the lady. She didn't need the whole works. So by doing this, I didn't try to oversell her. So we knew right then that was her budget, that was her thing. She went, yeah, that basic set will be fine, that'll be good. Did you see that? Okay, the lady over here on the left. Now, as we go on, I want you to watch the people's faces. Notice that Miss Longic's looking up again. I bet you 10 to 1 that's when she made her decision. Because she looked down at the brochure. This is what they do. How many of you see them they're looking at the brochure? Are they hearing you when they're looking at that brochure? No. So one of those nudges might be something they missed that gives them the tipping point to come over. Go ahead, please, Mike.
Pieces here free. Well, the family said if you do a lot of serious cooking, but frankly, the basic stuff will probably get you by without too much of a problem. How many of you cook for Jen? Cooking for 4? 3.5? Okay. If you're cooking for just 3 to 4, the basic stuff will get you by just fine because I'm going to give you this and this and this free. The layaway, what they do is they just send you a little.
I love questions. Betty said this earlier this morning. We met down here at 3 o'clock this morning. Okay. Morning, Reggie. Thank you so much, by the way, for bringing this exhibit and setting it up. I so appreciate that. You know, there's something else that's happened here. This is not an easy close. Does this look like an easy close, guys?
No.
Does it look like, okay, 7 people's hands went up? They go, oh, he gets so lucky. No, I've never been lucky in my life. L-U-C-K, labor under correct knowledge. You just keep working it and working it and working it. So, and you know, I'm giving away 3 things there. You see anybody go, wow, yeah, man, I want to get it, I want to get it. No, I still have to work for every one of those orders. And they say, well, I didn't want to work that hard. I know I make about $300 or $400 when I sell a set, maybe $800 when I sell the big set, but I don't want to work that hard. Okay, fine. Lowe's is hiring. I'll show you work.
Yeah, you could have easily stopped and taken the first one.
A little bit different and make as much in 1 hour as you make all week at Lowe's.
That's an excellent point, Dave. It took me lots of years to figure out why he keeps talking about multiple closes when I don't have all that many people. But I figured it out. It's because all I need is one demo like that. Because when that, you didn't have anybody this day, but then bingo, you have one day where you've got people. That's when you need the skills, because you sell $20,000 in one day, and it makes up for those other days. That's why this is important.
Exactly right, because there's circumstances, situations going to happen, we can't help that. Was it Betty or who was it? No, it was another couple that went out to an RV show and they looked at the weather. They were smart. They knew that on Saturday it was going to rain all day, so Sunday was going to be the only day. So they went around to each of the RVs, which is what you guys need to do, Nikki, and they put on a paper plate, here's the time of my demos on Sunday.
Wasn't that
a $22,000 demo?
Wasn't that you, Betty? You did that.
No, it wasn't Betty.
I do it in a different way.
Okay.
I contact the Samborees can be terrific. You have to contact the Samboree 2 months in advance, and let them know that you are coming, and here's when your show times are. And I can tell you my show times are always the same. Thursday, 10:30, 2:30. Friday, 9:30, noon, 2:30. Saturday, 10 o'clock, because then it goes in their guide. Because if you understand Samborees, when they come in, they pull in with their rig. First thing they do, they check in, they get their little badge, and they get their guide. Excuse me.
Only because we're so limited. If we're going to do a seminar on just doing Samborees, we could spend 3 days just on doing Samborees. Am I right? Because there's so many things that have to be done. Point being, the more things that you do, and the more you can learn. And what she does is she puts it into the schedule. And they'll put it in the schedule, but you have to work and do it like a month or 2 in advance. In order
Yeah, you're building the audience is what you're doing.
Yes, yeah, you're building the audience.
Then you don't have to, you stand there and they show up.
Yep, absolutely. Now, carefully watch, and Mike, if you would please. By the way, guys. I'm giving away 3 gifts. I don't care if you give away 30 gifts. It is not relevant. You still have to work for every one of these orders. And what most of us would be doing, we would take the one that bought and say, oh good, I got my one. And then the others slip away because you didn't make the extra effort. Then it rains the next day, nobody comes out, and you call it a bad show. One demo can do your whole show, can't it, guys? How many of you have one demo and all of a sudden knocked it out of the ballpark from one cotton picking demo? Now you better make them all count. Go ahead, please.
And you still get all the gifts to go with the free. That works out really good. By the way, let me initial those gifts, because if I don't initial those, then you will not get them. Congratulations, you'll really love it. Put your name and address up there, then I'll take care of the rest of it. One other thing, folks, when your set comes in, make sure you wash.
You got to practice this, guys. This is the hardest thing that I can ever teach you. It is hard to learn how to keep those nudges flowing. Did you notice how I let no silence, I had no hesitation, I kept that nudge going. So one more thing, folks, one more thing. And look at what happens when I say that. Look at everybody looking at me. I'm keeping their attention and keeping the distractions from the little girl that's there with the balloon, from distracting them. There's a little girl sitting in her lap. That's why she got up, she took the little girl, went to the bathroom, came back and bought a deluxe set.
Oh, geez.
Okay? People put up signs, no kids, no nursery. I don't care if they come in there and drop them both out and they're feeding the kids, they can stay in my show. You know, kids will sell more cookware. How many of you have had kids sell cookware for you? They drag their parents back over because you were nice to those kids, you let them meet your cares, whatever the case might be. Remember that. Okay, now I brought it right back. My next nudge, I don't even know what it is. You can make them up if you want to. One more thing, folks, if this comes in by FedEx and they drop it on the roof, we'll fix the roof if they break it. Okay, I don't care what you say. Something to keep them engaged. That's all I'm doing. I'm keeping them engaged. Go ahead, please, Brittany.
There's packing oils on it, and you ladies that have it, you put it on low heat, don't you? You don't need high heat.
Stop.
Load it up.
See what I did with my testimony? The testimony of my best friend. One more thing, guys. Listen, listen. Everybody, look at me. 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 Richard. You know who Richard is. Look at me. Everybody, look at me. Now, I'm going to look every one of you in the eye. Guess what else I'm going to do? By doing that, I can see if I've got your attention. Now, these two are over here shooting the bull because I gave him a pauper clothes opportunity, so they're deciding what set they're going to get. I'll just leave them alone. I'm not going to bother them. But everybody else, I'm going to have look up at me. Look at me. I have your attention, okay? When your cookware comes in, stop, don't look at him. Don't look at him. By the way, can you guys get something for me? How many of you work as a team? Don't you ever let her be behind doing what he's doing. Did you see how that distracted you? Do you see why when you're working as a team, you never, ever let your helper, or if you're training somebody, thanks for training, Nicholas, and doing a great job of it, you never have your trainee, they're well-meaning, they're going to go back there, they start cleaning stuff up. What happened when you got distracted?
Stop listening.
I lost your attention. Mike, thank you for doing that. I didn't make him do that. I didn't tell him to do that, but did you see how you were all looking at him?
Yeah.
Never let your helper, never introduce your helper. Never introduce your helper. Oh, this is my wife, Kim. Okay, what are they going to do? Hey, Kim, excuse me, hon, how much is this? I just need to know the price. I got to go. Next thing you know, other people are looking. You don't sit in the back and talk. How many of you yesterday, when we were in our meeting, you could hear somebody back there talking? Even with me using the PA system. So if you're back there shooting the bull with your buddy, while your partner or whoever's doing the demonstration, you are distracting them and distracting the people. You want their undivided attention. You want them all right here. You don't want them there and here. You want them right here. Yes, sir?
Well, but if you're working as a team, don't you have to introduce your partner at some point so that she or he can help you with the multiple close situation? Because they have to have some credibility at the very end.
No, they don't.
No?
Let me help you. Okay. Now, Cab does it at the very, very end when he's closed. He's done all of his clothes. He said, by the way, this is my wife, so Paul. Everybody say hi, so Paul. So Paul is going to help you out here on the back. That's it. Otherwise, they'll never know that the two of them work together. You do not want that distraction. Cindy, same thing with Sandy. Sandy should never be back there cleaning up while you're in clothes. You just saw the best example I could ever give it because there was at least 6 of you that looked over there and watched Mike as he come in. So I've got your attention back. Now, listen, when this comes in, make sure you turn the heat down. Guys, turn the heat down. You don't need high heat. If you're like me, we think everything has to be cooked on high. With this cookware, you cook on low, right? Mrs. Testimony? Did you see what she just said? Did you see her head? Now, what do you think that does for the person that's on the edge, is thinking, well, is this good? Can I trust this guy? Is this the right thing to do, et cetera, et cetera? Now I'm confirming, again, that testimony, she is my greatest asset all the way through the whole thing. Jesus, what do you think? Help me out. This is like Jesus walking into your show. Go ahead, Brittany, please. Stop. Notice the guy back here in the center that looks like Steven Spielberg. Now he's looking over here, he's analyzing, is that a real testimony? That's why the more times you can relate to that testimony, if you know where they're from, what are the questions you ask when you get the testimony? Can you remember? Where did you buy your cookware?
How much did you pay for it?
Nope.
How long have you had it?
Nope, never ask them how much they pay for it, because if you do it at the beginning of the show, you're going to have people bolt, man, she gave $1,000 for it 30 years ago, it must be $30,000 now. You never talk about price till you get the price condition. That's when you use testimony. Go ahead.
Would you recommend it?
Pardon?
Would you recommend it to anybody else?
No, I wouldn't even say that. Nope. Number one fear over death and taxes is speaking in public. How many times you had that mousy little testimony that never said a word? You think that girl in the red hat or the hat back there, if she came to a show 5 years from now, you think she'd be a boisterous testimony? Heck no. You put her on the spot, she'd probably leave. So the most I would do is I said, "Ma'am, you had yours how many years? 30 years. Still got it." That's amazing. That's my sister. I paid her to come by and see it once a year. Now, if I said to her, "How much was it back then?" Think about that. See, this is precision, people. Cindy, you flew with me, honey, when I landed. It is precision landing. Your clothes has got to have precision for you to get what you deserve. Yeah, you can get the low-hanging fruit. Yeah, you can make a living, but if you want to really be on the top, you're going to take these tools and put them to work. The thing that happens here, Cindy, if I can, where were you living when you bought it? What am I looking for when I ask them, where were you living when you bought it? I know exactly where she was living. I remember this. She lived right there in Charlotte. She was from Charlotte. Now, how did the credibility feel then, the people that were there? Oh man, well, she's from Charlotte. And did you get this before you were married or after you were married? Now I'm programming my computer, guys. Now, do you know why I want to know if they got it before they get married or after they were married? Can anybody remember why? Tim, you don't count. Why do I want to know before or after? First of all, don't even have to know. Just do what I tell you. But if you really must know, if they bought it before they were married, they got to set up Oneida silverware with it.
Say it again, please.
They got to set up Oneida silverware with it. And they most likely bought Lustercraft. Because Lustercraft was the division that sold all the single girls. They didn't get an electric skillet. They didn't see a cake bake. They didn't see stack cooking. None of that. So if I was talking to her, and let's say, for example, you bought yours before you got married. You bought it before you were married, ma'am?
Yes.
No kidding. The guy came by and flirted with you for 2 hours and you bought it for your hope chest. Yeah, congrats. You still got it.
I do.
30 years later.
And I love it.
No kidding. This is really my ex-wife. I paid her to come by and I sent her down on the check, didn't I? Okay, sorry.
But Dave,
now, watch what I say. Now, where were you living when you bought that?
Right here in Memphis.
Right here in Memphis. No kidding. Yeah, was that before you were married?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it for your hope test. Yeah, good. Now, let's say that she bought after she was married. All right? Did you get it before or after you got married?
After.
After you went to the dinner party where they came in and cooked the meal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they do the stack cooking, and bake the cake on top of the stove, isn't that cool? Now, when I get to my clothes, guess what? I can she's my credibility of baking the cake and doing the stack cooking. Otherwise, they tell you, he stack that stuff up. Anymore, you guys, when you start with a company, he can't cook without water. He's so full of bull. It's impossible. So this is my credibility there. Yes, sir?
I would say you had him over
Who got longer? Or the cook? Where that? Oh, yeah. Oh, there's all kinds of fun stuff that you can do. Yes, sir?
but Dave, but you just did it a second ago. You challenged her a little bit, right, to get her to talk.
Always challenge her.
Yeah.
Always challenge that testimony. You want her to talk. Now she had enough of that. And how long you had your married? 30 years? Yeah, I had a lady yesterday had it for 50 years. And it's amazing. You ain't nothing. You want to trump your testimony, get her out of your show, that's how you get her out real quick. Trump it. I don't care if you have somebody yesterday that had 500 freaking years. Save it. She's the star of your show. She's the one that's going to help you close the orders when you get to the end. Otherwise, you're talking about a prettier girl than her that bought it 500 years ago. No way. That testimony, you'll see me use these testimonies like nobody's business. And they love me because I'm giving them attention. Same thing with my chef. I'm giving them attention. So they're part of our show. And as we discovered yesterday, they come back year after year to see this again. It's the most exciting thing in their life, for heaven's sakes. It's us. Go ahead, please, Brittany.
Watch my show so intensely, I said, this man must do something cooking. Most of the men cook everything on high. Tell him to turn the heat down. The cookware comes in. It's high heat.
Oh, the perfect example. Did you see this couple?
Her
Did you
head
see
is
the reaction?
bobbing.
I cannot tell you anymore. What's he done? She's going, yeah. He's going, yeah, I know, honey, yeah. Oh, shucky nerve. Let's get us a set of this stuff. I'll turn the heat down. And I'll have the guy there. Listen, you got to promise me, if she lets you have this, you're going to turn the heat down, dude?
Yes.
Don't cook on high, man. You'll be smoking the house, all right? You don't want to just turn it low. Got it? Now we're buddies. See what happened right there? That's how you close sales, guys. You don't walk in there and say, well, anybody want to buy this? You sit there and you work it and work it and work it. Now, that is when their final decision was probably made. This is when a whole bunch of ping pong balls fell right in their lap. This is when it all made sense. It all came together. That puzzle, the picture was clear. Go ahead, please, Brittany. It's an issue now. Now it's fun. Everybody's down there, and the other guys out there, yeah, me too. Oh, yeah. The guys, we are. We're going to crank everything. We got to cook it. You know, we don't barbecue, we burn. You know, Jiminy Cricket, well, man, oh, you woman, okay? Bottom line is you can see a perfect example of exactly what I'm talking about right there. That's where these people are tuning in. If you don't get them tuned in, they're going to tune out and you're going to leave them. Go ahead, Brittany.
Everything
Now stop. I see so many things. Stuff that you can't see. Look at the guy in the middle, looks like Steven Spielberg. Yeah, man, I'm part of this too now. Yeah, that's me. And now this guy's going to look over something, you know, go, oh man, I'm busted. All right, go ahead, please, Brittany.
We turn it up on high and it comes out good. But I can do this for one other person. I've got two gone. I got you, and I'm going to do it for one other person. I counted this couple, this lady here.
Did you see what she just did? Did you see her? Did you see her? Can you back that up about 3 or 5 seconds? You gotta watch this stuff, guys. I've watched my own same video probably as many as 20 hours, analyzing everything that's going on. Are we there? Now here's who we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch her, that's good. If it's not, we'll take the time. Let's see where we are. Go ahead.
This lady here, and I can do it for one more. I need to initial those gifts. Let me initial those. If you want to get the gifts, I need to initial hers as well. Folks, when this comes in, do me another favor. Make sure you wash it really good.
Go back far enough, hon. I think you need to go back a little bit further. But I want you to see these things. If you can see these, you'll be able to recognize these and know what to do in the future. By the way, thank you so much for being up this early, coming out and wanting to learn. I really appreciate it. More than you could ever imagine. So, Charlie, if I was late, everybody look in and make me feel bad.
You can't make me feel bad, I feel good.
That's right. Brittany, are we about the same place? All right, let's try it right there. Let's see what happens.
I got two grandbabies. Well, say something good, I might get a raise, okay? How many of you guys cook for out there? Is this just two of you? You only cooking for two?
You're good. We're almost there. We're almost there. Did you see him smile and go, yeah, when I say I got grandbabies to spoil? You see that? And you know, Cheryl says, hey, I got kids in college. That sells cookware, folks. All right? I got a dog that needs to feed or whatever. Have a reason for them to want to help you, and they will. Carefully, go ahead, Brittany, stay ready.
Well, if you cook for 2 to 4, the basic set would get you by, because I'm going to give you these big pieces here free. Or the family set, if you do all the serious cooking, but frankly, the basic set would probably get you by without too much of a problem. How many do you cook for, Jen? Cooking for 4? 3.5? Okay. If you're cooking for just 3 to 4, the basic set would get you by just fine, because I'm going to give you this and this and this free. The layaway, what they do is they just send you a little monthly statement, and you take up to a year to pay for it. There's no interest or carriage.
All right. Did you hear what her question was? How does that layaway work? Now, I explained it to him, didn't I? And what I should say to her, look, stupid, I told you once, don't interrupt me in the middle of my clothes. She didn't hear me. It's not what you say, it's what they hear. And I clearly used my ways to pay. Folks, we got a layaway plan where you can take up to a year to pay for it. And we just send you a little monthly statement, or you put on your credit card, we'll just split it over 3 months. If you didn't bring a card with you, I can call you up and get your card number later, okay? But she didn't hear that, did she? And that's why one of your nudges said, by the way, if you're putting on the layaway, we just send you a monthly statement. Oh! How many times have you had that happen? All of a sudden you're in a nudge and I'm like, oh my gosh! And you told them 10 times, but they didn't hear it. So the nudge is just reiteration of something that might help that person come over. So instead of you having to do 5 demos to get 5 sets, you do 1 demo and get 5 sets. Wouldn't that be nice? You know, some people do that. Man, I sold 5 sets in the first demo. I'm taking the rest of the day off. I'm a machine. I'm an animal. I have no reason to take off. I have no time in my life that I want to waste idly watching TV or doing something stupid. I want to be out there as productive as possible. So if I sold 5 sets in my first demo, my next demo is going to be 5 minutes later. And now I'm hot. I'm on a roll. You got to keep it that way. Don't ever become complacent because you had a good demo. Go ahead, please.
And you still get all the gifts to go with free. That works out real good. By the way, let me initial those gifts, because if I don't initial those, then you will not get them. Congratulations. You'll really love it. Put your name and address up there, and I'll take care of it.
Okay, now, at this particular point, can you see the people going, I can make a decision. I got to make a decision. I've never used the word decision in a demo, ever, ever, ever. I've never used the word if you get a set. It's when you get your set. I never used the word decision. Decision is a hard word. Nobody wants to make a decision. All right, have you guys decided what sets you want to get? Doctor said, well, you guys decided what medicine you want to take?
Thank you.
You have to let them make the decision, and you're an assistant buyer. I know how many of you guys cook for? You cook for just two of you? You gonna have any more babies, or you know yet? That's one of the best closes I ever had. That's when my clothes, you know what it is? They laugh, they get tickled. You got some little senior couple, what have you, and he starts smiling and what have you. And just about to say, well, if not having more babies, the classic said, we'll get you by. That's all you guys really need. It'll work out just perfect, okay? Now, I help make the decision for them, but I never use the word decision. I assume the decision. You understand what I'm talking about? Okay. That's what I'm doing here. If you notice now, though, the people are all saying, wow, he's going to do that for 3. Now I have a horrible time in math. I liked algebra so much I took it 3 times. That is the God's truth. That's before I dropped out of high school at 16 years old and ran away from home. My sister's here to confirm what a brat student I was, okay? Bottom line is they now know that they need to make a decision, don't they? If they're going to get this right now and they're going to get what I'm going to give them, they need to make a decision. Fair enough? So that's the look that you see right there right now. You notice they're not smiling? You notice they're like, wow, he's going to do this for 3. He's got 2 gone. Oh, I'm on. Yeah, I'm going to get this too. Guess what Logic does? He'll give it to me. I know he will. Never forget Christian Expo, Orlando, Florida. Did a demo. Sold 3 sets of cookware. Gave away 3 gifts. I get all done, and there's 3 ladies just sitting back there in the back. They were Pentecostal, God love them. They had the hair and buns, the big long dresses, sweetest people I've met in my life. And I finished them right in the last order, and I said, ladies, can I help you? Oh, no, we're just waiting for your next demo because we want to get the set, and we want to be the first 3. Swear to God. They're going to just wait till the next show, and they want to be the first 3 to get it. All right? So Miss Logic knows he'll give it to me. He'll treat me good. If not, I'll negotiate with him. Okay? Go ahead, Brittany, please.
One other thing, folks, when your set comes in, make sure you wash it real good.
See my nudge? See how it's working me? See how it's working the audience? See how now they're coming back and I say, oh, I'm keeping them engaged? You notice I haven't lost a soul? Everybody is still there. It's the same people I basically started with. They're still standing, and I did a 40-minute demo, guys. I didn't do an hour and a half. I do 40 minutes. I can't keep them for an hour and a half. Yes?
With those ladies, would you just write the order, or you going to do the demo on Monday?
Pardon?
With those ladies, would you just write the order, or do the demo then?
He's asking a question with that Santa Claus clothes with those 2 ladies out there. Did you go ahead and write the orders? I did. I said, I tell you what. I tell you what, gals, you guys are sweet. You've been here the whole time. I'll go ahead and meet with this one in the next show. Oh, thank you. God bless you. And they all 3 bought deluxe sets. I remember so well. All 3 of them bought deluxe sets.
Oh my God.
That's because I'm orchestrating. I'm showing the people like I am right here. They got to make a decision. Because guess what? If they don't, now is when I have a math problem. Okay, I got you, and I'm going to do this for 1 more. And then how many times have I seen people out there in 4 or 5 hands going up? Now what do? I turn away so I can change my standards. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what, folks. Let me go ahead and do this for 6 of you. Let me count. 1, 2, who else? 3, 4, 5, and I would sit there. Remember one time I counted 12, and the most I ever counted was 16. It was in Atlanta when the Braves went to World Series. And there were 16 people in the whole cotton picking auditorium because they all went to the ball game. And I said, I tell you what, if they get a home run, I want to give every one of you in here the gifts, and I swear to God, the guy was screaming over there on the other side that they made a home run, and all 16 people bought a set of cookware. I swear to God in heaven, I'll never forget that. We're down there at the World Congress Center, whatever it is in Atlanta, Georgia. I remember these things. I had fun, and man, we have good times, okay? Go ahead, slowly, Brittany.
And you ladies that have it, you put on low heat, don't you? You don't need high heat. Throw it on medium for a glow. Does he fit? He wants my show so intensively. I said, this man must do something with cooking. Most of the men put everything on high.
Huge thing. This was powerful for me. I forget some of these things myself. I just asked a question. If it's a couple, I say, does he do the cooking?
Sometimes.
But he's been watching my show really intensively. Most men don't watch so intensively. What's every man out here saying right now? I'm going to watch. I want some attention. I want some of him. Jimmy Creed, yeah. I mean, if you're in the Elvis concert and you came over and put a scarf on her girl, on this girl, you want to put a scarf on this girl too. So now they're out there, and I'm saying to this guy, you really want to start show, you must do some of the cooking at home. How many guys said that? I do all cooking. It's happening all the time now, okay? And you know what? That's who's actually making the purchase. It's the guy. More so than the woman because he's doing the cooking. So now remember this. I would write this down if I were you because it's powerful and it really works. I say, by the way, you watching do you cook?
Yes.
You must. You've been watching my show really intensively, man. I figured you. Does he really cook? He does the cooking. Well, most men are like me. We're cupboard cooks, right? We just take everything in the cupboard, put it, it comes out good. We ain't got no recipe books, do we? No, that's right. Now we're buddies. I just made buddies. Did you ever watch Cab Metfield? Every show, we're cupboard cooks, aren't we, guys? Cab is not a good salesperson. He is a horrible salesperson. He's an amazing student. He's never missed a training seminar. He's never missed a seminar, a conference or anything. He follows directions, and he does exactly what I do, and that's why he gets the results that he does, to be perfectly frank with you. He does not vary one bit in his demonstration. Go ahead, please, slowly. Oh, stop. I'm serious. I'm so serious. I call him by name. All right, look at this lady right here. What's her facial expression telling you?
Neutral.
It's like she's watching that too.
I think she's just tickled pink. I think she wants to buy a set of our cookware. If I can work hard enough and strong enough and get her involved enough, she will, and she does. She's sitting there, she's the little silent giant that doesn't say much of anything. She just buys. Go ahead, please, slowly.
To turn the heat down when the cookware comes in, because high heat is the only thing.
Stop. Do you see what she's doing? She's going over and okay. Now you're going to see her become a popper. Then I got a problem because I said 3 and whoops, it's up to 5. So you change your standards. All right, go ahead. Stop. See that smile on his face? What's that tell you? Yes, sir. He's smiling. Now I've got my audience working together. I've got a team going on in my audience. Have you ever experienced that, Nicholas? Well, all of a sudden your audience is working for you. They're working, they're helping each other. And then your testimony sitting there saying, I'm ready when you are, Dave. Tell me what I need to tell them, buddy. Because we're buddies. I kept them friends. They are friends. I love them forever. Go ahead.
Cupboard cooks. We take everything we cover, we go in the pot, we turn it up on high, and it comes out good. I can do this for one other.
The old boy back there on the right-hand side is, yeah, you're right, Chucky nerd. We all cook on high, don't we? He has already got a set, but he buys more. Okay, go ahead.
I've got 2 gallon on dip. I got you, honey. I dip for one other person. I counted this couple, just like you have.
See that?
You can raise your finger.
You see it? Do you know when that close was made? When I used that nudge to turn the heat down. Because all the guys cook on high. You think this is an easy knockdown sale? No. Every sale I've ever made, I've had to earn. I don't care if I was giving away 2 gifts, 10 gifts, or 100 gifts. You got to work it. They don't just buy it. If they did, they would have, wouldn't they? I mean, my show was good. I had a good connection. Why didn't they just all buy it? You want to tell me? We talked about it. Trust, need, affordability, and justification of the cost, confusion, fear of failure. I'm happy to remove all those because they can want it. They all want it. Don't they want it? Yeah, they're all sitting there. They all want it. But one of those things is keeping them from going ahead. So what happened with her? She finally went, yep.
Well, you connected with him, and then they looked at each other and connected with each other, and as soon as they connected with each other, she...
Thank you. Period, cut and dry. By connecting with him, I connected them. She said, got it. And who is logic and who's emotion there? She's emotion, he's logic. It's very clear to me, and that's from years of experience. You'll learn that. She goes, okay, I got it. Go ahead, please, Brittany.
I can do it for one more. I need to initial those gifts. Let me initial those. If you want to get the gifts, I need to initial hers as well. Folks, when this comes in, do me another favor. Make sure you wash it.
Now, this is hard to do. Now, you got to initial, walk, talk, and chew gum at the same time. That's not always an easy thing to do. When your cookware comes in, it will be in a big box. It'll be heavy. Notice how I continue, Charlie, to keep the flow. I don't stop. Now, this takes practice, guys. If I were you, instead of sitting around the house looking at the Christmas tree for the next month, I'd set up a booth in my basement or someplace, and I'd go and I'd practice this till you got good at it. That way you can work half as much next year and make twice as much. Wouldn't that be nice? Because if you could just take these tools that we're seeing right here and apply them, I don't care if you cook dog food, I don't care what you do when you're cooking. It doesn't matter, does it, Mark? This is all that matters is right here is in the clothes, in the things you do in these clothes. Now, I've got 3 fish in the boat, and then I got 4 more that come through. Go ahead.
Good, because it has packing oils on it, and just write down free, and special gift next to all 3 of those gifts.
Nobody even sees the person that I just signed, or I just initialed, did you? They're way over here, they're standing up, and I mean, I can remember this like yesterday, and they were about 3 deep. There was 2 people in front of them, and they're out there, yep, we want it. They came up in the last 10 minutes of the demo. The last 10 minutes of the close, and you've all had it happen. People that walk up and they just buy it, don't they, Nick? You don't know why. Don't worry about it. There's sometimes maybe somebody that watched Betty last year. There's somebody that's been watching it for 5 years, like the one testimony. We've been looking at this for 10 years. We've been watching your show. We could have bought 10 sets of this, and we're finally going to get it. Remember that? That's exactly what that could have been. You don't know. Don't worry about it. Just take the order for Pete's sake. Go ahead.
I see yours as well for just a second, because I will need to initial those if I could. Just take your time. Did everybody sitting get one of the paring knives? Everybody got one of the paring knives? Anybody that did not get one of the paring knives, it was here for the whole show.
Okay, now this time's about to start an exodus on me. Who didn't get the paring knife? That's why I immediately reacted. I'm not smart, I'm experienced. The better you get, the longer you do this, the better you get it. So I knew that I had to stop that from happening, and who didn't get the paring knife? Or it could be the juicer, it could be the spatula spread or whatever, because at that very split second, that minute that person that's in the middle of your show gets up and leaves, guess what's going to happen? They follow, don't they? The sheep syndrome, they can sit there and want it more than anything. Oh, they're leaving, I guess we're going to leave too. Oh, we're so easily driven. All right, go ahead, please.
You guys want these? These are really nice. Thanks, David. I sure appreciate your time. Let me give you one of these. I love these.
Guess who sits down in Mr. Yoho's seat now and buys cookware? The man I just gave a 40-cent paring knife to.
You instantly brought the attention, like you just said, when Mike came right behind you and distracted everybody, you brought the attention right back to yourself.
Yep.
Who doesn't want a free gift?
Yep.
Beautiful.
I'm keeping the people looking at me. They're not going to see the guy in the white shirt jerk from Jersey leave. Yes, sir?
Now, aren't we trained not to acknowledge the person that's leaving? You actually thanked him for his time, but we're supposed to just ignore him.
Did I?
You
So
think
I've got a lot
some
better than since then. Don't ever do that again.
Oh.
You don't ever do that. Don't ever think. No. I've improved greatly since then. Trust me.
And it's hard sometimes because they have made that connection with you sometimes and want to shake your hand. And
that's the best
it's
show I've
hard
ever
not to
done,
shake
man.
their hand.
You're the best. I've seen them all. You are the best.
Yes,
You sit there
yes.
patting your chest. I don't know why nobody bought anything. I don't know why the kids can't get anything to eat. I ain't got no grocery money. But I'm the best. They all tell me I'm the best. If your ego can feed you better than your checkbook, then more power to you. But truthfully, if you do that, all you're doing is you're saying, oh, you're going to leave. You're not going to buy this. I wanted you to have this, dude. What is your problem, man?
Don't grab the clipboard either.
Yeah, no, never take the clipboard. You take the clipboard, and everybody else starts handing you clipboards. This is magic, guys. This is true magic. It's wonderful. And by the way, no, you can go out there and just sit there like most people in the shows and take orders. You can get by. But if you want to make it take it to the top, that's what I'm showing you here. That's how you can take it to the top.
Dave, one thing I'm noticing here is that you're not processing orders right now. You're keeping them as a group, whereas if I'm in a multiple close like this, and this is my big mistake, I want to process that order, get that person gone. You're keeping them all as one big animal, which is very interesting to me.
Absolutely positive. And by the way, this is no different than this booth
That's
or any
great.
booth that you got.
Yeah.
You got them
That's
right
great
there.
that you
They are
shared
a
that.
group.
What's
You
that?
keep them as a
Great.
team and a group
Thank you.
of people, okay? And then they all work together, and that's how I've got videos with training the Jacksons. I had 12 people that bought sets. I said, folks, do me a favor. All right, anybody's in a hurry, get up here at the front of the line. I had them lined up. There was a Chicago at the Chicago Home Show. I had 12 people lined up buying sets of cookware. And then I constantly would come up. But one more thing, folks, listen up. When your cookware comes in, make sure you wash it real good because it's going to have packing oils on it, okay? And I sat there and I had the worst orders in the world to process because nobody could read my writing.
Yes, you did.
So sometimes I had to interpret what it said, but it's okay. It got the job done. Now, notice if you will, now I've got him engaged, and watch how I'm going to take the guy that looks like Steven Spielberg, and he's going to sit down. He's going to buy into the entire program. Go ahead.
Really good. They're sharp. Be really, really careful with these critters because they will cut you. Is today your birthday? How young are you, sweetheart?
What's the hat?
79. She's having a good birthday.
What is she doing?
She wants a knife.
I want one of those 40-cent knives. Do you see that? I want one. That's the closest she's got so far. Do you see how that 40 cents turned into $400 friggin' dollars?
You love those
But
knives.
if you don't invest, and I believe that this afternoon somebody's going to be talking about investing in your business, Brett and Lena, that's exactly what they do. And in their website, et cetera, et cetera. So I want to invest. I want to give away 40 cents. No, I ain't going to do that. I'm too cheap to give away 40 cents. Fair enough. Make $400 doesn't matter to me. I ain't going to give it. That's not what you want to do, guys. Can you see what's happening with the gal in the hat? Now watch her real close. Watch the girl in the hat. Go ahead, please, Brittany.
50 plus years. That makes me feel pretty doggone. You want a yellow one to see it? Yes, we have.
Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna call that a popper almost. I cannot tell you, you guys won't believe this. You say, Hurley, you're so full of bull. I've sold thousands of sets of cookware because I gave away a paring knife, or a little spatula, or one. I'd give the big knives. I was at the State Fair in Texas. I was always giving the big knives because they like big stuff out there, whatever the reason be. I'd give them that big carving up, but I was selling it. I didn't just give it to them. I see you guys that are throwing those juicers and stuff. That is so dumb. Don't throw that stuff out there. It means nothing. Here you go. I got a gift for you, man. Yeah. Hey, guys, these things are amazing. They got 5 different colors, and they're fabulous for kids and what have you. They're one of the neatest things you've ever seen in all of your life. And you got 6 different colors, actually, all here at the same time. One of the neatest things I've ever seen. I got one just for you, man. There you go. Enjoy it.
I want one too.
See the freaking difference? I want one too. That's exactly right, because I sold the gift. If you don't sell the gift, it has no value, okay? Go ahead, please, Brittany. That's 6 minutes.
Yeah, let me see. I need to figure out, Virgil, can I give one of yours away? Say yes.
Virgil, can I give one of yours away? Say yes.
Okay, that's how you did it.
Yeah, liar. No, I very simply said, can I give away some of yours? Because I've got, I'm getting 3 or 4. I've got 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah.
And then I've got other people standing there writing. So I said, man, I'm going to change my standard. I'm going to give some of yours away. Sometimes I'll just say, folks, matter of fact, I said I was going to give it. Who's getting your sets? Raise your hand again. You are, and you want to. All right, I said I'd give away 3. You guys care if I give them the gifts too? Gotcha. You got it as well. I'll do it for 2 more. I've done that many, many times. I'll do it for 2 more. All right. I'll get their permission because these are gifts. We don't have to give these away. We give these away because they're there for you to use to close. If you don't give them away, you can give 2 Salad Kings to the next customer if you want to. I don't care. So, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a gifts that you're going to give based on the discretion of your business. If I was selling houses or if I was selling rooms here, man, they gave me a great big old suite. Man, we could have had a meeting in there so big. I don't need it. I ain't sat on the couches here or the dining room. I ain't going to use the kitchen up there. I'm just going up there taking a nap. That's all. But the bottom line, why did they give me a suite? Robin, why did they give me a suite? Why did they give Captain Soap all a suite? Anybody know? Robin, do you know why they give them a suite?
I'm sorry.
Why did they give me a suite?
Because you need more rest than the rest of us.
Because I need more rest than the rest of you. No, they gave us a suite because I paid for all y'all's rooms. So I bought this great big old motel and they gave me a suite. That's no different than you giving them a kitchen gutter. They also had a great big fruit tray waiting for me when I got up there. Woohoo! Man, I tell you what, and you know what, I'll come back here. They had a handwritten note from the manager. Mr. Hurley, let me know if there's anything in the world we can do for you. Anytime come here, or whatever the case might be. They come in and turn my bed down, all that stuff. Man, that's no different than the gifts we're giving away. Because we're doing business with the folks, all right? Now, carefully, and please, Brittany, if you will.
You were supposed to do the last show. I don't know if you have time. I'm going to do that for 4 of these. I'm going to do that for 4 of these. I get 4 people on 3 of the gifts. I got this lady here, got this lady here, this lady here, and I'll do it for one more person. One more person. Let me see that for just a second. I need to do this.
I say anything to the lady in the hat? Unfortunately, we lose her. She gets away because I couldn't get close enough to her. Go ahead, please, Brittany.
If she could, he's been watching my show so intensively, I figured maybe did all the cooking. Make sure you get your...
Did you see how I used that tool? Yeah. He must do all the cooking. He was watching my show so intensively. That's connecting him and me. Go ahead.
Put an address at UPS now. Put a UPS address. Don't put a PO box. Put a regular UPS address, and I'll take care of the rest.
discussion right now about having their second set, but she's got to take the little girl to the bathroom first. I've seen people in this room, when somebody would get up and leave, say, yeah, you can see they don't care about their health. They got to pee, for Pete's sakes. Who knows why they had to leave? Don't ever insult people, just to trust that, you know, whatever the people are people that, well, you'll see here in just a moment. Go ahead, please.
As soon as you get those filled out, bring them up to me. All the things I need.
Uh-oh. The lady in the hat. What's she doing? Can you tell?
She's right.
She's right. But we lose her. Go ahead.
Mention to you. Could you help her with that? Oh, she's got everything. That's fine.
Why do you think she's writing? I know why. Because I gave her a paring knife. I let her be part of the buying process. That one little kid, I didn't throw it at her. Every paring knife I ever gave away, I would have a carrot and I would sit there and I'd slice it. Anybody's ever worked with me, see me, I'm always slicing it, okay? Go ahead.
If you're going to use your credit card, do me a favor,
Stop.
the card.
The guy that sat down in Grumpy's seat buys. So what I've got is I've got 4 and I've got 3 others that never even give us an indication that they were going to buy that all bought. That's logic. Logic doesn't pop. Logic just knows they're going to get a good deal. They're smart. Go ahead.
An expiration date up there, and I'll take care of the rest of it. Can I borrow this for just a second? What would you like for it today? That would be, say, $3, maybe $78 a month, something like that, or maybe if you need a little bit less, I can make it less. I'll work that out for you, no problem. Are you Irish? Or is this the hair color? Okay. Are you girl? I'm for men only. Yeah. Is what? Is that good? I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. Please forgive me. I normally would know. Yeah, yogurt is good. Yeah, I think you get the fat-free yogurt. That's one of the best things in the world to eat. What nationality is this young lady? Are you Spanish by any chance? Huh? Oh, the best cooks in the world. We do shows down in Brazil. There's 150 million people.
She was Spanish. I love Spanish people on my shows. Where are you from, Brazil, ma'am? She says, Brazil. I said, that's some of the best cooks in the world. Because the Spanish people live today like we lived 50 years ago. We lost it. They've got it. They still have family values. They cook big meals. They would use our classic set for measuring cups. We know that they're going to buy you. Their families are bigger. That makes sense? So I told her that, and I know our time is short, but I'm going to use every second that I can to give you everything that I possibly can. Go ahead, please.
They all love to cook. But you know what? They take he says you use them for measuring cups. They cook lots of big stuff. You ought to get her either the deluxe set or the works, because she will like the big stuff, I promise you.
See exactly what I did? And they ended up buying the deluxe set because I helped them make the decision of what they needed because of the Hispanic ethnic background. Okay? Go ahead.
Let me help you guys out just a little bit. How many of y'all cook for? 2. Y'all cooking for 2. The basic sort of thing you said will work out fine. And you guys are cooking for 2 4. Do you know what set you want to get yet?
Stop. I'm helping them. I'm suggesting what they need. Can you feel that? Can you see what I'm talking about? I'm a suggestive assistant buyer for them. However, there's some more things to learn out here. What's happening to my gal in the hat? I'm losing her. Can you see it? Okay? And another thing, you notice I got the people writing. I have them filling out their own order forms. When I get a dozen in a line, I'll have them fill out everything. I'll have them, by the way, everybody's getting the classic set, your taxes, this much, your shipping, this much. I have them fill out the whole entire order form. They just bring it up to me. That's what you have to do sometimes. And here's what's going to happen. And let's say I'm in the middle of the close, and I say, okay, Betty, you're going to get the classic set, okay?
That's me.
That's you.
That's me.
Yep. Thank you for being so honest, Jason, because that's how you learn. You can't learn unless you admit where you're wrong. Not that you're alcoholics, but that's what they have to do in AA. All right? And right here, folks, is where you will lose them. Because if you're stopped to just only take this one order, and you're not smart enough to be able to have your cheat sheet that can fill that out. Now, somebody over here is going to buy the extra pieces, like the man out there that's already got the set. He'll be the last order I write. Because I don't have a cheat sheet on a 1 quart and a cookie sheet. But I've got on everything else, so I know these people are buying the sets, and I know that cheat sheet is my greatest asset. And if you don't do it, it's no big thing, but guess what? You're going to lose at least 1 order at every show. And at the end of the year, you lost a lot of money because of it. Now this is where I go to work, by the way. I have not even clocked in until right now. If you'll notice, I still got, oh man, probably 30 minutes. I have not even clocked in. At this point, there's where we go to work. And here's where you make the mistake, Jason, where you say, okay, well, I got one. I'll eat today, but you've got more fish out so you can eat tomorrow as well. Go ahead, please, Brittany.
It'll be fine, because I'm going to give you these 2 big pieces to go with it free, so that'll work out fine. As soon as you get these filled out, bring them up to me. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, go ahead, quick. Yes.
Stop. Okay. As soon as you get these filled out, bring them up to me. So the first one that brings it up to me, I'll quickly fill in everything they've got. Got that? Go.
Yes, the 3 layers. Do you need some new suction cups? Fill that out, I'll get you new ones free. Won't cost you. Yes. No, ma'am, because I've had that for at least 30 years. Could we trade you for a 19-year-old? Yes, sir. You would? That's the only thing I can't do. They don't make that. I know, but you've had that for a long time, haven't you?
Got her coat.
Now, Steven Spielberg order filling out his order form. Has he shown any emotion? Has he told us he's going to buy? Has he told us anything? Nothing. And unfortunately, the lady in the hat got distracted. Go ahead. Go. Stop.
She still had a clipboard, didn't she?
Shut up, Nicholas. Go.
Yes. You got from a dinner party with a hang of the house.
That's called multiple closing. You just stick with it. And I kid you not, I could spend another 3 hours on the last 20 minutes showing you little things that you can learn. But you can learn them on your own and together, by the way. Nicholas, if you got an Amy with you, when you watch that, let her object to, hey, what? Nicholas, see where you lost that person? See where you got that person across? This isn't trickery. This isn't salesmanship. This is helping people do what they want to do. It's orchestrating a good decision that will be beneficial. As you heard the testimonies yesterday, the day before, these people just love it. They've had it forever. You hear it every day. For heaven's sake, somebody had to help them get it. A little bit further, please.
From the show? Yeah. Really, they don't make those interchange. I wish they did, but unfortunately they don't. But I wish they could, okay? Let me see that number just a second. Yeah, okay, that's fine, no problem. Come back here and I'll take care of it. By the way, do put down your internet address if you have an internet address, because what they'll do is we send you the rest of the month. Once a month. It's really good. It's all helpful.
Thank you. Did anybody hear my nudge? What's my nudge right there?
Internet, email address.
And this is when the internet was just coming to life. Okay, it was barely there. But what that's going to do now is that's going to keep them writing. What happens when they stop writing? Have you ever had to stop writing and all of a sudden, what happens, Charlie?
The clipboard goes down.
The clipboard goes down. It's the darndest thing. I don't care why. I just know that if I don't keep them writing, I lose orders. But if you just keep them engaged, keep them writing, these things don't happen. Go ahead a little bit further, please.
Staff nutritionist, he sends you the recipe of the month once a month. So definitely put down your internet address if you've got an internet address. And Richard, you guys want to go with basic or family, or do you know what's that, hon? Take your time. So it's not family.
The lady in purple had the baby. She took the baby to the bathroom. She came back. She bought the basic set. She already had a set. You guys are losing so much business by not selling that old customer a new set of cookware. It is pathetic. Mark, how many times have we sold thousands of sets to people that already had a set? But what you're doing is, oh, you've had a set. Well, I'm glad you like it. Gee whiz, it's guaranteed forever. You'll never need it again. Jiminy Cricket, help buy another set for peace sakes. You know, today, if I was out doing shows, I'd have a flip phone with me. This lady bought hers 30 years ago. Honey, back then we had flip phones. Today we got the iPhone 10. This new cookware is unbelievable. Back then we had the iPhone 3. It was 3-ply. Now it's the iPhone 7. 7 plies, all merged together. You will love the new cookware. And one lady bought 6 sets for all 6 of her kids. What a great gift to give to your kids for Christmas. Something they're going to remember you for every day. I'm going to take one more minute. Go.
That's all the pieces. Now, we send you a little monthly statement. You know, back and forth
layaway conversion to a 3-pay. The layaway makes it easy. The 3-pay makes it feasible. Yeah, you can put on layaway and you can take up a year to pay for it, no problem. But on our 3, however, I'll say, never say but. But is a bad word in so many ways. However, if you put it on our 3-pay plan, they'll put a third next month, third next month, third next month, they'll go ahead and ship it to you now. And watch your facial. Go ahead one more time.
Over 3 months, we'll ship it to you now. So either way you want to go. And that works out really, really, really good. And I mean, that's correct. That way you'll have it and start using it. He wants it more than you do. I think he does all the cooking at home. I can tell that already. Oh, that's good. Well, I'll do that. Next time, I tell you what I'll do.
Never take my microphone off, but I did there. Because what did I say to her?
Forfeit.
That's exactly right. Because I could tell she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do that in 3. And as I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll go ahead and I'll give you 4 months on your credit card.
Need an extra.
Go.
300 months, something like that. The third, next 40, and then 14, 40. And I'll do that for you, okay? And that'll work out really, really good. Is that great? Rosalie? Okay, Rosalie. Yeah, that'll work out really good if you can do it that way. It works a lot better.
Stop right now. We got to get started. Turn the lights on, Mike.
How many sets did you sell?
Of these 5, I've got 5 different or 7 different closes here, and they're all multiple closes. You'll see me use every tool that I give you guys, and these tools are so valuable. No, the left, no.